Hello gorgeous people, this is our fantastic video of doing hand plastering. I can't wait to get started. Hello, and here we have the lovely Tracy.
So you're a novice at this?
I am a novice at this, Tracy, but I'm excited.
Well, I haven't done this for ages, so this is going to be fun. I've done lots of them.
I'm sure you have, but it's always fun to come back to the roots of it all, isn't it?
Yes, back to TAFE.
That's right.
I studied at TAFE Queensland in South Bank. It was awesome. They had the best sculpture studio. That was really phenomenal, and the best teachers. The teachers were great. They were fantastic.
I wish I had been in there, Trace. I would have.
So we've got plaster bandages.
Yes.
We've just cut them up.
We'll cut them up, yes.
Probably half of this will do one hand. We'll have a look anyway.
Well, fabulous.
So if we get you in a position that's comfortable,
yeah,
but you're going to be there for a while.
That's all right, love.
All right, so see how we go. Might even have to cut a few of these up a bit smaller. And just dip it in water. Don't be too... Oh, have you put the Vaseline on?
Well, I did.
You did?
It's probably dried out.
Always put Vaseline on your hand, especially around the hair, around here. Because what will happen, Colin? Not on both hands, just on this one.
Just on this one, all right, love. Well, okay,
well, you've heard of body waxing, haven't you?
Oh, yes.
So we need to just sort of pat it down like this.
I see.
So the hair doesn't stick up. Because what happens if the hair sticks up, Colin?
It sticks to the thing.
It sticks to the plaster, and you'll end up getting all your hair pulled out.
A bit like waxing.
Yes, exactly like waxing.
Oh, I see, Tracy. I'm getting the idea.
Don't forget that. All right, let's go. When you put it on, you just have to smooth it over a bit. Move this way. Because it's got like little holes in the bandages.
Yes.
Move this way. Am I going to be doing this all the way through this? Move this way.
Well, darling, I can handle that too, okay? No problem.
You're not going to fall asleep on me?
No. No, quite wide awake in there, thanks, dear. Thank God.
And just do these kind of sizes to begin with. Are you going to be comfortable holding that position? Mm-hmm. Are you sure?
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely fine, hon. Thank you.
So what we'll do is we won't go all the way around. We'll only go to here.
Yep.
And all the way down. And this side will go all the way around. So you can, if we have to, you can leverage it open a little bit.
Right you are.
So you don't end up having to go to the hospital and get a saw.
To take it off, love. I see. Yeah.
So if you want more detail, you can get rubber. Barnes sells it. It's great stuff. It's 2 parts. And I've done a lady's chest. Actually, before she was about to have a mastectomy. Is it mastectomy or mastectomy?
Mastectomy, yes, that's the wrong one.
Not a vasectomy, a mastectomy.
A mastectomy. Vasectomy is the male one, darling, yes.
And she found me through my old TAFE, actually. They still stay in contact with me, Darren. And
that's really kind, isn't it?
Yeah, and he contacted me and said, do you want this job? And I went, what is it? It's a lady wants her breasts done before they remove them. And I went, bring her around, that's not a problem. And we used the rubber for that because we wanted more details. But, it was very expensive as well. So
absolutely.
This is a cheaper way of doing it.
Absolutely.
So you're keeping that position.
I'm keeping that position.
I'll have to move around you. And the quicker you get it on, the better.
Am I doing well, Trey?
I think you are, yes.
Thank you very much, Trey. That's lovely. It's lovely to be here with you.
So just keep going.
Yep.
We don't want to go all the way around this side. It's better if you've got two people working on a large area, but with just a hand,
Just a hand one.
should be right.
Yep.
The fingers are a bit tricky. You do tend to get a bit of breakage when you're not your hand.
No, just the
Just
plaster.
when you're taking the plaster off, sometimes it breaks. The fingers snap off. So you have to be pretty gentle.
Extremely careful.
And because the tip of your fingers are thinner than the bottom of your fingers, you can usually get them to come out okay.
Wow.
But like I said, you've got to kind of rub it as well to get into the
Into
the bandage itself's got like a bit porous, so and to get that plaster on the details.
Yeah.
So your hand is totally changed. You need to maybe have it so we can,
Like that?
Is that better for you?
That's fine, Kat. That's fine, Trace. Absolutely fine, doll.
We did a whole heap of these for a project and
Yes,
had them all mounted in these like stands,
Yeah.
and they had all the tea lights going along the floor at one of our installations, and it was about war. It was really good. You can have it as centerpiece on your
You've done
table.
some very exciting things, Tracy.
We did. We had great fun at uni and TAFE. Recommend if you're interested in sculpture and that, definitely try. Canberra University is now amalgamated with South Bank, so you do your TAFE first, and then if you do any good with the TAFE, you kind of automatically, well, you have to have a certain amount of points,
Yeah.
and then you go into study in the bachelor's.
All right.
And from there, I was lucky. Excuse me. I ended up studying in a semester in Hertfordshire as well. So we
That
got.
would have been interesting for you.
It was, and we got a bit of a scholarship too for art and design, and went to Guangzhou and in China. That was exciting.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That must have been terribly exciting, Tracy.
It was going to another country like that. I don't think I'd like to be there right now, though.
No, it's a bit of a messed up colony at the moment, isn't it?
Well, I feel sorry for them, really, but
Darling, so do I. Don't get me wrong. I feel very sorry for them, but yeah,
better not talk about politics.
no, don't get me started.
So I might get you to face me now. If you can just turn the chair around and manage that. That's a bit better. I just didn't want to get any on the floor. We'll get there. This won't be as detailed as doing the rubber. The rubber picks up everything. But this still will pick up stuff. Do just as good a job
I'm sure.
for what we're after anyway. The rubber that you get from Barnes is only down the road here in East Brisbane, and they're lovely staff down there. They'll help you if you're really keen on having a look at all the different.
I've seen Barnes and I was interested to find out what it was all about, so now I know.
I might just leave that open. You should be able to slip that off. So I'm only just going to go like a little line down here. I'm going to turn the music off. get in trouble with YouTube if it's play music. I don't know about the Gypsy Kings though. They're a bit old now. So how's it feeling? Is it you feeling warm? Is it going a bit warm?
A little bit. Yeah, no problem. I don't know why people worry so much about it.
You're not worried, are you?
No.
You should have your whole face done. That's exciting. We did it in Sydney. I was doing mask making in Sydney before my studies. I was experimenting in that. And we were doing mask making in Pomona at the showgrounds with Tony Kashawi. He was with the Arts Council, he was hired to go in and teach people in rural area arts and street theatre and all that kind of stuff. So I was very lucky. Just put that there. I was extremely lucky to have that experience. And he taught me a little bit about mask making and things like that. So we did these people's faces in Sydney, and we did this exercise where they had to go across a really busy street and trust the other people in like Sydney traffic. So
oh my God.
and we knew the neighbours across the street. They lived at this place. There was a bunch of punks, and the place had in spray paint right across the front of it, Gracelands. And Pizza used to live there, and all these other characters that we all knew that were lovely people. And we left this girl on the doorstep with plaster all over her face. And he opened the door and he yelled, he screamed, and he slammed the door. Didn't know who it was or what it was because we just left her standing there.
With plaster.
Yeah, it was fun. So I've basically done one layer. I'm just going to go over it with a bit of water and try and smooth it. And just all the bits that you can see where there's flesh. How are you feeling? Is your arm sore?
Good. No, not at all. Good fun.
You can wear a mask if you want to, but it's not that bad.
Absolutely fine.
They don't tell you that you have to. It's plaster. When you're mixing plaster, you should wear a mask because it's powdery and it's quite gets a bit airborne. I might just put a couple more strips on. I don't think you really need to go too mad. Now, if you want to just try not to move your fingers and just lean your elbow so you're not stressing. I thought that would be enough, half a roll. We got this from a hospital supply place. So I found that a lot of the art shops and places that supply plaster bandages
Yeah.
were a little bit expensive, and it's
Were
obvious. Yeah, well, it's obvious why, because it's it's something that only people in the sort of casting world really uses. So they've made it expensive. Whereas I just thought, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to try and find another way. So I rang up a medical supply place, and I said, I know this is unusual request, but how much are your plaster bandages? I'm doing workshops and I'm trying to do it on a budget, and I'm sort of struggling a little bit because this is, it's a bit hard to do when you don't have any financial help and you're unemployed. And they were quite understanding and happy. I don't know if they do that with everyone, but I seem to have a little bit of luck on my side when I explain my situation. I might just get you to come over a bit more. You know what I mean? So I think sometimes if you want to do something, you have to find ways and means of achieving it.
Doing it.
Even if it means ringing up people and just giving them a little bit of a, not a sob story, but just a bit of the honest truth about, hey, I know you don't normally do this, but can you help a person out? Because so far the advertising side of this hasn't been great, has it? Because we just haven't had the money to advertise, and we've used social media. We've exercised all of the ideas of trying to get this thing happening. And so far there hasn't been that much response, has it? You've fallen asleep, Colin. I thought you dropped off, and I think you did.
No, I was miles away in thought.
You were miles away.
Yep. Nice thoughts.
Oh, good.
Lovely thoughts, actually.
So you want to rest up?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
That's fine.
There's not a lot to it. You just got to put at least one good layer on, and then just go over it a bit. And that's it. So just wait for that to set, and then we'll take it off. And then we'll mix up some plaster. I might just put a bit on your thumb. Mix up some plaster. And once you take it off, you'll see bits maybe that have got holes or whatever. Just cut off a bit of plaster like that and whack it on. Because when we pour the plaster in, you don't want a hole. Because you know what's going to happen, don't you? All the plaster will go everywhere. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So that'll take about 10 minutes to set. And that's us for now. Come back in a minute.
Bye.